Hello and welcome to Wheel Thing TV. I'm Dave Canole. We're checking out the Kia Picanto GT line. It's the top of the range. It's a 2-model range now, unfortunately. This still has the 4-speed auto and 1.25 litre petrol engine. Petite, funky and costing less than $18,000. It's the 2018 Kia Picanto GT line. It's only a 2-model range now for the Picanto, and this is the top, naturally enough. Under this very lightweight alloy bonnet, it actually feels like it weighs less than a feather. That's how light it is. You've got a 62 kilowatt, 122 newton meter 4-cylinder with a 4-speed auto. And this is really the letdown of the whole package. As good looking as the car is, with these beautiful highlights, these red additions on this particular coloured car, and those gorgeous wheel and the handling package that it has because of the extra grip and the lightweight body that it has. It's under a tonne dry, and it just feels like it's a real gripper on road. You're let down by this engine and transmission combination. But you get great fuel economy though, that's one thing. It's around 6 to 7 litres depending on how hard you drive it in the urban cycle. What we've got up front are a few additions, some LED lighting. We've got some halogen globes down the bottom. Actually reminds me in a way of a stormtrooper's helmet. 16-inch alloy wheels with Nixon rubber, and they're fairly grippy on this little car as well. It means you can throw it into turns and corners just that little bit harder. The suspension itself is a little bit tauter as well. Well, probably because of the shallower profile on the tyres. They're 195 by 45 on these lovely 16-inch alloys. The dash has had a redesign, as you can see, with this European style touchscreen now being inserted to the top of the dash, and it's pretty standard on the inside as well. But there's a little hint of colour in regards to the door trims as well, as you can see with this red and black plastic insert in the door handles there. Unfortunately, that 122 newton meters is at 4,000 RPM, and the gearbox is done so at 100 kilometers an hour. You're sitting on 3,000 RPM. So as you can imagine, it's a little bit flaccid, a little bit slow, and takes a little bit of a prod of the accelerator in order to get a change of gear to overtake or anything like that. But once you're out on the freeway, it does cruise along, as I said, at that 3,000 RPM. It's relatively unfussed. Just seems that it's a silly change to not have the gearbox in a 5 or a 6-speed combination in the automatic, because you can buy the S model, the entry-level model now, with a 6-speed manual or auto. Well, 4-speed auto, of course. But it just does seem that Kia really have missed the mark by not giving this car a change of gearbox, or for that matter, and this is a big one, if it's a GT, give it a GT style engine. Whack a little turbo in here, the 1.6 turbo that's available. That would have made a big difference and go for a higher speed auto, or even, God help us, a CVT. Unfortunately, that touchscreen doesn't come with sat-nav. As you can see, we've got radio and attachments for media and setup, which is pretty basic. But if you want to use a map service, then you have to attach your smartphone to that, and that's not quite ideal. And given that this is intended to be a top-of-the-range car, it's a service that just should be included. The 2018 Kia Picanto GT line is a gorgeous-looking little thing. The extra additions, the LED driving lights, the stripes, the hints inside the car, and of course this beautiful paint that the test car, of course, has come clad in, really add a little bit more cachet than normal. Those wheels and tyres add to the handling, and it looks great on the road, but they've missed out. It needs a CVT, or better, a 6-speed auto. It needs a turbo engine, a 1.6 turbo at least, for this kind of car. If it's a GT line, make it a GT style car rather than just the same mechanical package. For the reviews, check out a wheelthing.com or a Wheel Thing TV. I'm Dave Canole.